Yo, what's up guys? We are in the Arena Rush of this account, which is the first Arena Rush on this account. Well, the first actual Arena Rush, like in the newbie thing, you don't have anything. We still have our TESHAR, but as I mentioned a few times before, I'm going to be feeding in my TESHAR. My TESHAR is crazy good for Giants, but from now on out, I will pretty much just do Scout Battle in Giants and pretty much never just farm normal Giants again until I have like a Julie. Still don't have a Julie on this account. But I don't want to keep a unit just for PvE, because TESHAR is just for PvE. It's really not recommended to keep a unit just for PvE. And you have this chance to actually change that. But we also first have to remove that from World Guild Battle Defense. At least they mentioned right now where it's still locked in, where it's doing something. Let's just change the whole team where we do this. And that would remove his runes. Don't look at my World Guild Battle teams. I did not set those up yet. Those are just some... I had to join the World Guild Battle. I had to put something in there. So I put the something in there. That is the main thing. So now we can actually go for a change. We still miss a lot of units, but as I mentioned before, you want to make a strong pair. And for me, a strong pair to make, I could go for a Tiana combination in a Zyros or a Rig. But I do like myself the Lamilia a lot more, because the Lamilia also allows me for a siege defense, siege offenses. Well, Zyros could be siege offense as well. Zyros would have been a really good pick as well, to be honest. But Lamilia I can also use towards RTA at some point. So that is something that I just really like the unit. It's just super strong. And that is what we're going to switch out for now. And, well, we cannot switch that back anytime later. It's max skilled, max level, everything right away, which is really nice, and we can just pick that up over here. But now the thing, Arena Rush, I started a little bit late because, well, Mother's Day, had to visit my mom, had to do some brunching kind of stuff. So let's actually rune up a deck. I think I will be removing you. I don't use that. You is actually kind of terrible. You is even worse. And you also terrible right there. So we're gonna make a new one over here. We cannot do the copy thing just yet. Like I think the patch is in about 3 days where we should be able to, but that shit ain't here just yet. So we don't have any units in storage. We are gonna go for a U. Did I already get the Lamila? Yep. Amber, of course, and then we also add in the Charix. In this case, I will have less speed to work with because I don't have a speed lead. So I'm thinking about Despair on you, Swift on you, and Violet on you. That is pretty much game plan what we're going to do. Yeah, we have something to work with. Turn order looks a-okay, and I think that these are the 3 hits that we're going to have for Rush. So I still have this version, which does actually have you on Vio and you on Vio. So I have... Oh, no, wait, you are Swift, you are Vio. So a bit more Vio, but then we have the speed lead. Easier to work with. This one, which... Still not the biggest of fans of, but it is okay-ish for the cleanup with the Amber. And then this one is like the team that we will most likely use. And of course, always use this. Also for an early game account, I wouldn't go too heavy on refreshes for your Arena Rush, because maybe you just don't really have the capacity of like killing that many people in high ranks and that kind of stuff. Because the main thing about this team is trying to survive. Like a team like this, I'm definitely not going to survive. But a team like this, I can definitely survive with doing something along these lines. Any other questions, Amiss? What's the time for Arena Rush? Arena Rush is the timer, what it's for. Plus, I really like to be at the right speed for this. So, okay, we do have a little bit too much crit rate on you. But, oh, man, I missed that branding Amber hit right there, man. I missed that branding Amber hit right there. That's where the real damage comes from. And then we do this and everything. I love my fucking Lamilia, man. I love my fucking Lamilia. That unit just like smacks things. Like every other time I use the other units without the Lamilia, I was like, I kind of do damage, but I don't really do damage. And now it's just like, she just dies. There's no issue. I have an issue, however, that my accuracy is somewhat on the low side. That is... If everything is super high on accuracy, but then again, Lamilia has a lot of multi-hits, which just makes things very nice. Which helps out a lot. You would die to this hit right now, and then Arsenal Sacrifice is just the goat of skills in the first place. Fuck you, monkey. No one likes you. He doesn't like me neither, apparently. Yep, that's why we have some consistency in the amount of healing that's why I want to put things on Swift rather than Fire, because I don't really need to Fire. Like, it speeds things up, especially on the Amber. don't really need to have IO. You don't have tricks, go for a Nora if you happen to have a Nora. Against a team like this, it is a little bit more tricky and it get more into stuns. This team is actually very easy to do as well. Mainly because the Pajana, that's why we like the Varamos. The Pajana, like, sure, go ahead. Provoke me. Try me. I don't care. Also, nice turn order, by the way, but that's besides the point. That's also why your Varamos should move in front rather than after, and that's why I would have to fix that, but did not really get the Nemesis runes for that just yet. But yeah, everything just dies. No Nora, Rika, you need a strip. So you need something that has debuffs and a strip, but Trix is also just way better than any of the replacements. Like by a really long shot once again. But this team is like, the three of them is just the GOAT. Like, you don't really want to replace things. You have Pryvan's lessons. I do give coaching. You can DM me on Discord for those if you're interested. And that is too much damage, most likely. That's... I don't think it will outspeed me properly. Okay, we also have one wall of text question. I have a question. And then wall of text. I have arena team with Leo Lucifer, opponents, Vanessa Triton, Pheromones, Björncho, did 5k damage on the Triton. Blah, blah, blah. Or tried to hit the Björncho both times. Triton cuts. I guess the Triton cuts because she did not do enough damage or triggered Nemesis. Either one of the two. But if you do 5k damage, you should move next. If you don't trigger anything else. I think of the arena defense, more Firejin and with Valeska. I think it's decent. It has enough things that most people would ignore to hit. And you have the Valeska that your team like this would kind of kill it, but you have plenty of things where you could maybe kill that as well with the Valeska. But arena defense is gonna be really difficult currently because there's so many good offenses and there's just the way that you can put your best runes on every offense out there. So offense is definitely gonna have a strong upper hand from now on out. But I will see how that works on the arena rush on the main. Very curious to see. I haven't built any of the teams for the arena rush on the main just yet. But I'll be spending all of the time after this rush to the rush of the main to make teams. And I'm thinking about making a lot of teams, but we'll see. At least I will have like 3-4 complete different hits, of style of hits. And then from there on out, we're gonna expand that to more and more shits. But it's also, if you have to scroll too much during the arena rush, it's also not that chill. Well, this is also where a Amber is a bit more of a, or what's the name? Seimei is a bit more of a GOAT than the units that I'm currently using, but it still kind of works. It still kind of works. Let's first do this. You already did. That's just this team, man. There's so much tank potential and so many things. There's not enough slots for offenses. Well, I think there's like 15 slots. I don't think you want more than that. Otherwise, you're just scrolling too much. And I think you shouldn't put like 6 different variations of an offense like we used to before. Like before we had like, oh, this is the offense, but then we have, what if I use a Cyrus? What if I use a Pungweek? What if I use a this? What if I use a that? I think right now you just use one version of it and all the deviations you just fix by a different team. I think will be the right play. But I'm not 100% sure yet about that. This team is just like that. This team is just the GOAT, man. Like, oh yeah, full HP, 61k. What is even that, man? I'm in love with this team, man. I also still have a bunch of these, which is also nice. Definitely cannot hit that. That one can be tricky. Could hit that, but is tricky. Too much damage. Definitely too much damage. This thing, it is tricky, but I guess we can hit that. As long as it's not super high on the resistance on you. And we provoke that on the left and he doesn't proc out after, we're Gucci. And also if you do this, most of the times he'll lock on everything easy. Well, we do not care about an Oblivion on you. And GG's, have team dead. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this with low rune quality. Like, I would argue a Zyros team. Zyros, Tiana plus good defense breaker. Let's say Zyros, Tiana, Adriana plus a Truffle. That would do really good as well. But no, this team is actually kind of funny. You have the passive that you give a shield guarantee to this thing, therefore this thing moves, which is kind of funny. If Windy was not nerfed, that team would actually be very freaking strong. I think we can hit this actually. What do you think about Mortar on Arena defense? Can be annoying, but if... that's kind of the question. Is just being annoying enough? I'm not sure. Like, it seems pretty strong, but I'm not fully sure about it. And a yeet. Yep, Lamilla was the right choice. Lamilla was absolutely the right choice. For how much stupid for damage he already does. Use Irration, Kabela, Galleon, Zyros. Is a little bit on the RNG flavor, but it is good to outspeed things. Like against slower teams, I would definitely use something different, but against fast teams, it's a really good team. That's also why I love Vermos. Like on my main, I always use Seimei. Of course, Seimei is stronger. Definitely not gonna deny that. But legit, next best thing you can have for this, Vermos. Like some people put like another damage dealer in there. Don't do that. You don't need another damage dealer. After you did this much damage, you don't need another damage dealer. Absolutely not needed. But what you do need is some protection. Could be a Tetra, could be a Heigang. Well, Heigang is only against like the typical strip into CC kind of comps. Otherwise, it's kind of useless too. When can you use Tetra? Tetra is better in the case of where you have a lot of single target damage and single target CC. I would say. But in general sense, Veromos does more against most of the meta defenses, I would say. Why do you have to stun me like that? Let's just take you out. Not sure if you're back on passive already. We also don't have the Arsenal sacrifice just yet, but this should kill. No, TESHAR. TESHAR is gone. TESHAR is bye-bye. Okay, Maxi plus Lamila's maybe a little bit too much damage. This is actually an easy team. And in this case, this is why you want your Veromos to move in front, which I currently don't have. Maybe with the triggering of that. Okay, now we also have to cleanse two things. Nope, we don't have the right turn order. Okay, if they proc like crazy, then they could kind of kill you, especially if you're not super tanky. And this thing took 4 turns right now before I took a turn. That is kind of bad, but let's see if we can still make a comeback on this. If he doesn't freeze all of the right things all the time. We did not remove the silence, that's kind of bad. And we can't proc because we're not Vio. Can we stun? Not as many stuns as I would have liked to see. Thing is that this Amber can't take that many more hits, which is kind of an issue. Do we outspeed? No, we don't outspeed. Fuck! And he has another S2 off. Yeah, this is definitely where Seimei is a lot stronger, and I can definitely... I do know that the Seimei is a lot better. Because then every turn you take, you heal more, blah blah blah, this kind of stuff. So it's a little bit less room for RNG. But if we can stun a bunch of things, you start hitting this, that is fine. Can we clear at least on left? Okay, now we clear on left. I feel like we can still win. It just kind of depends on like how annoying you get. But all of the provokes land kind of in the wrong turn order. Plus the freezes now go on the wrong thing because of too much damage on that thing. Yeah, okay, that's a lose. But I'm pretty sure we can actually clear this. But I would also like to see if we just change that. I'd rather have no Nem set on the Veromos. I still want you to be tanky. But I'd rather just see you actually outspeed shit. What is the slowest rune in this? That is a very particularly slow rune right there. Okay, we only are allowed to do that with a 5 set, which I don't have. Okay, that's maybe a little bit on the too fast side, but sure. You kind of want to have it just move 1 speed in front or something, or 2 speed in front. You select the 26 file with a refinement. Congrats. Refinement hasn't given me anything useful just yet. I don't have a single refinement that I was like, yo, this is good stuff. So now we cleanse all of that, and we are slowed on this one, which messes up turn order, but... Oh, and apparently you weren't fast enough. We still have the issue where we can't shoot all of our shits right away in the first place. God damn it. Well, at least it's already a bit better. Yep, now we have the cleanse for you in front, which is nice. Let's start off with the knights. And it's definitely recommended to get 15 crit rate on the whole team, but that, if you don't have rune quality, is a hard thing to do. Let's try it not properly fast. For defense, Camilla, do I need crit rate, crit damage, or just pure tank? Not just pure tank, be annoying. If the enemy takes this long to fight you, your defense is good. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people think like, oh, my defense should have high defense success rate. Bullshit. Your defense should not be hit. That is the best thing. Because let's say your defense has like 60% win rate. You're still... Or, no, 60% win rate is crazy. You're not gonna get it. But let's say it's 30% win rate. Rather than a 20% win rate. Well, cool now. I just rather not get hit. Because you still lose 70%. And all of those people still hitting you are still taking points from you. Plus, what's very common, someone that lost to an RNG thing will go in and hit again. So in the end, whatever you just gained, or whatever you gained from the defense, you also lost from that defense right after again. So it doesn't really help you in the first place. So absolutely the best thing your defense can provide for you is just not being hit much. And that's where a scary defense is often better than... That's also why there is no best defense. Because any best defense is a scene defense, and a scene defense you can prepare for, and for a prepared defense, you can always clear that, and you can have a team against that. So whatever I claim to be the best defense, people are gonna make a team against that would work against that, and therefore it's not the best defense. Because an unseen, or something that people aren't prepared against and therefore not hitting, is a best defense. Years ago, spamming Hellfest is really not that great. The thing is, Amber just murders Hellfest due to heal block. Why is my Pheromones always pushed back that much more than the rest? And it's definitely important to keep your units pretty tanky. Because if not, you take a lot of damage, which isn't great. And Pheromones, it's not really the best of healers out there. Seimei is a lot better for that. In this case, also, well, I would still like a Pheromones because of AoE provokes. But this is kind of the moment that you could be as like, would a Tetra have been more interesting? It's hard to say. Any recommendations in AOs next to Dots and Zyros? Lucian teams? I think people should still definitely rune up a Lucian team. Wait, we have a 31-month subscriber with the first chat? You dude are insane. That is fucking insane. That's dope, not gonna lie. First time chat, a 31-month subscriber. Wow, damn. That's the kind of lurkers I like. But yeah, I would definitely go for some Jamire Lucian team. Because Jamire Lucian, you're not gonna use it much, but it is used enough to where it's good. Not your stream times. Fair, fair. Understand that. But yeah, definitely get in a Lucian team. Maybe even get in a Reno team. Get in an Adriana plus Sonya, Siri kind of team. With like a Jamire and those kind of things. Make some kind of team that you can fight Tian Langs. Make some kind of team where you outspeed with a Chilling rather than outspeeding with your Kabila, because that will counter the Tian Langs, for example. There's a lot of options you could do. Oh yeah, that is why being too fast is also bad, because now I caught in like heavily before that. And now I'm looking at 2-turn provokes. You have just S1 actually on that one. And that's why Nemesis on you is kind of good as well. And that Byuncho actually hit like a fucking truck. Holy shit. Yeah, that is noticeable where this account doesn't have that much tankiness, where my main is like, those hits, they don't do shit. This account's like, yo, those hits fucking hurt, mate. Oh, wait, I had S2 available. And also, the moment you get stunned and shit, it is nice if you can at least proc out, which, of course, this account's not going to, but the enemy can. So I kind of have to be careful with people that actually have, like, proper stats on their defense. How's my defense for being hit? Not that much, which is good, but I'm also still in kind of a low-ish rank, I would say. Can we clear this? I think we can, actually. This is definitely an example where I would like a Tetra over a Veramos, actually. And then we provide the heal block. Yeah, I like those teams where I take first turn a bit more, to be honest. Because otherwise it's always back and forth on the Pachana and the Millas and blah blah blah. An idea around Light Gandalf defense. What you should place next to your Light Gandalf plus 3, it doesn't matter. Those things really don't matter as much. Wow. Impressive. Okay, heal blocks were gone, which is kind of bad. At least you didn't use your skill, which is good. Can we strip that? Oh, do we still love that? We do. Let's take you out before you start doing annoying shit. Also, my accuracy is not that high. Yeah, it's definitely noticeable where this account is not that good in tanking as my main is. We did not land at all on the left. Okay, push back. Nice. Crit it high. Crit it. Nice. Was rather close. Yeah, Björnjul's kind of hurt this account real bad. We got Cunning Girl with a subscriber. Thank you very much. Loki, I don't think I give that much shits about Tianlang. Do I still want to stun just for you? No. Oh, you are just moving in front. No, why do you stun that? Why did you stun that? Tricks into Gandalf is also really nice. Let's take you out first because you have the damage. That's gonna hurt as well, because if I send an S2 right now, I'd kill myself. Kind of. Okay, that should kill him left. From here, we're guaranteed to win anyways. Yeah, Vermos is definitely not the best of healers. In game. Well, I'm talking about the game, so of course it's in game. Also, hitting people at the bottom do give a lot more points. I feel like I should be winning those normally, but in here it feels kind of tricky. Same with like a Samatha in there or so. Alphas is also super hard counted by tricks. Even more by tricks than by Amber. If you land it. But then again, the heal block will mess that up as well. Oh wait, should have done that S1 on the left, but that doesn't matter. Vanessa tried on Lamila, it's a Sarath good for AD rush. Not really, you kind of want to have a defense break for your Sarath. I'm not sure how strong a Samath is. in these ranks. Doesn't seem to be a Samath with pure on damage. Anduet was not a good Anduet. Yeah, it doesn't do as much damage. And we do 45k, 50k. How do you build your pajama? Full tanky. Speedy and tanky. Only two things you care about. You want to be annoying. You could put some damage to him, but he's not really a damage dealer in the first place. And you want him on Vio. Vio to be more annoying. That's a lot of debuffs. Yeah, in this case also a Tetra would have healed this a lot better. Pheromones is not doing a good job. Well, that's also Pheromones on Vio just has more chance to proc out and remove both. Because every time against this team, I'm still stuck with one debuff after the Pheromones turn, which just doesn't help. Plus the slow is really making where he's just lapping too much. And if you can't proc because you don't have Vio, that also doesn't help as much. Yeah, these teams, for some reason, I don't really get it why this is so much of an issue, if it's like an RNG issue, or that these teams just take too many turns against me. Because I feel like that these teams should be more doable as what we're seeing over here. Is this the first rush with Dex? Yes. That's a lot of debuffs though. A lot of buffs to work with. That kind of hurts. Yeah, okay. I feel like RNG is definitely not in our favor. That's definitely one thing. Like, these teams should not be this hard. At all. But we're losing way too much on offense. And what are we losing against? Fucking Camillas and shit proccing. How do you counter Morse Rex plus Shumar? People have been hinting that with the Elisa plus Asher and Iselia. It's the most common thing that we have seen so far. I'm also not sure. My Pheromones is so much faster, but it still feels like every time I nearly don't take a turn on the Pheromones first. Yeah, the defense break kind of stick too long on these units. That's definitely an issue. Morse's damage is not safe. Well, nothing is safe. And I definitely do feel like proc rates on the enemy are insane at the moment. Holy shit. That thing proc so much he even got rid of his fucking Thundered State. No, Veramos, why do you always cleanse the wrong fucking thing? God damn it, Veramos. Okay, Loki, I do miss my, what's it called? I do miss the Seimei. It's a lot better for healing. Okay, I also do miss my whole team being on Vio while using this. The Vio version of this is definitely more potential than this. Because if you proc once on the Amber, a unit is dead. So I think I'm gonna do Scout Battle for... I think I'll make, yeah, I'll make like my Dragons team where I can Scout Battle it. And I'll just Scout Battle Dragons for a bit just to get this whole team on Vio for the next rush. Because if a Lamila procs out or an Amber procs out, it's just one unit dead. And it doesn't take like this ungodly long to kill 1 or 2 units that are just proccing out like crazy on the enemy time. Because in the end, I can proc 3 times in a row as well. If I do that on the Amber, anything is dead. If I do that on the Veramos, all buffs are gone. So yeah, I should definitely get this whole team to bio. That is noticeable. I expected this on Swift to be still fine, but it's a lot worse than I thought. But that is something to work on, which is good. And getting Dragon's team to sub 40 seconds. I don't have the Julie just yet, though. Which might be a thing. But I think I can do some doggo team-up team to probably get there. I do have a Shine already. Maybe some Shina twins doggos or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we got last man with primer. Thank you very much. I would rather have teams that I do outspeed. Is this gonna be a stream? This is already a stream. I've just got Light Beetle, Leo, Pajana's defense. What do you think? Not sure about it, to be honest. Like, it sounds kind of okay on one hand, but on the other hand... What holds me back of just not doing a Tiana Zyros on it, for example? I think a Tiana, the Galleon Zyros would just murder that. I think you have to put in some weird Imduad or something. Oh, what's gonna be a stream? Wait, the Dragon's team. That's different. Dragon's team, not sure yet. Probably some twins plus... Twins doggos, that's what I think. What's your thoughts on Heritite storage food? That and Rift Beasts, but mainly storage food. You can put Light Chakra for DB12. Yeah, no, that's too much effort for just one unit. I might do the Chakra at some point if I want skill ups for other Chakras. That could be a thing, though. That's the thing, the Shina and stuff are just not max skilled, which also makes them a bit worse. Can use Heritite for Siege and low Siege? Yeah, probably. Oh, that's a really slow Chakra. You are damage scaling, sir. You should respect your damage scaling. Or your speed scaling. Shina fuse skill ups. I absolutely hate fusing. But I could do that, yeah. But I still... The thing that I hate the most in this game is fusing. Ugh. Fusing. Ugh. But for Shina, it might be worth, to be honest. But still, fusing. Ugh. Provokes. Additional turn killed you. Let's just do this because it can't crit anyways. Would you mind stop proccing, you piece of a fucking cookie? That cookie apparently is 100 resistance fucking godforsaken dipshit cookie. Also, what's with the despair stunts on that other unit? You're despair stunning legit every turn you have. As I mentioned, despair stunning legit every fucking turn you have. Wait, your despair rate is legit above 60% right now. all of your AoEs at least dispaired 1 or 2. I should have used your S2 and would have killed, but sure, this also dies when it takes it right now. 5 despair sets? Yeah, it seems that way. Holy shit. But also, all of the S1s were just straight up despair stunts. Okay, if we can finish C3, I'm happy. I will be content with a wrangler like that. Not that great of strips. Or buff blocks. Yeah, at least we killed that. You die after just straight up 2 turns, right? Yeah, even if you have HP or shields, you just die after that hit. Wow, great unit! What the fuck's that even good for? Wow. Did he fire proc into death? I think so, because the moment he takes 2 turns, he's just dead. If you put that on Vio, there's... I don't know. How's the rush going? It's going decent. I kind of expected a little bit more fast clear out of this team, but I noticed I do need Vio runes on this team to be actually good. So I need Vio runes on the same speed as I now have Swift runes. So that's probably gonna be scout battling dragons for a whole week. Or 2. It's kind of what the deal is looking like. Because these kind of teams I should be able to do with this team, but they kind of more or less murder me. But why would you build that in Vio? Confusing. Oh yeah, no, that unit. I have no clue about that unit on being Vio. That's, I 100% agree on that. You just want to, if you build that unit, which is already like, why would you? Wait, why? Oh, just at the turn order messed up. But yeah, I would just build that unit on full on rage damage. Don't see any other reason to do anything else. Can units die because of Trick's passive? No. You need a dot. You need a dot with Trick's passive, otherwise Trick's passive brings them to 1 HP. Cannot go below 1 HP on Trick's passive. That's the light one. Oh wait, no. I'm fighting Vermos. I have to land about everything and then we're good. If we don't, we're not good. That's also not great. Well, we also land absolutely fucking nothing in the first place. Yeah, we're not really landing as I would like to see myself land shit. But he is kind of landing it for him. Yeah, okay, never mind. Too many buffs to strip for Mr. Tricks. Then he's not that great of a stripper. What? Oh, 500 is for P1. Yeah, that's still a bit far for this account. They will be high on damage, but I think I can kind of take them down. And a little bit more accuracy in all of these units wouldn't do bad as well. Why did you have to... Stop! Dude! Are you done? You just had 4 on the other unit. God damn it. I was gonna say, you're turret range, no? Dude, I feel like so many of these hits are so absolutely winnable, but we just lose to nonsense. Like, fucking hell, man. How do we lose that? Oh, yeah, I just have to have a Byungel take 4 turns. Well, maybe in this case, I should actually use... I should maybe use the 4th unit I have a little bit more, which I am actually not doing over here. I can still put the other one on speed lead and then make this whole team Vio, if I don't need the Varamos. which I should do against slower teams than me. Yeah, I should actually, I did not rune up a team like that because I was a little bit short in time, but I will definitely do that the next time because I have the Tarnisha is actually kind of good against this shit as well. Why is everything not that again? Why is everything living with 1 HP again? Why is that a thing? Oh no, you're not in torrent range, right? Yeah, okay. Bro, sure, you didn't have 16 turns yet. God damn it. Also, we don't strip for shit once again. This should not be that difficult. This should not be that fucking difficult. Wow. I'm kicking myself out of C3, it seems. This should not be that difficult. That's also one thing, because of decks, you're not as flexible to just like put in one random unit somewhere if you mistakenly forgot that before. So once again, we land nothing on this thing for debuffs. Okay, this is how it should go. The last 2 times already. God damn it. Okay, against the Seimei, we can definitely not do shits. Yeah, these Björnjels hurt a lot more than I normally want to give it credit for, I guess. Well, at least these we can stun with the Veramos. Or not. Okay, we stun it with you. Life is nice when things don't proc. What the fuck is going on? Some sorts keep crashing on stream. Haven't had that issue. Could be tricky, could take long, but if we land all, then it could be super fast as well. Okay, that's a good amount of lands. Also kill that on the left. No procs. Suddenly, everything is life and games and easy and sunshine. It's like, what changed? Oh, RNG changed. Ah, I get it, I get it. Okay, we have 1 minute on the clock. Maybe someone... My defense is actually kind of scaring off people, it seems. I'm not getting hit that much. Or there's just not that many people doing the arena rush in this rank. It could also be a thing. I think I hit this guy before and wasn't as strong. Yeah, it's just that which is a little bit annoying-ish, but it is definitely not the end of the world. Because as long as there's some dots, just kind of die to dots, right? Go be heal blocked. And a big. Okay, 40 seconds on this one. Definitely ain't gonna happen. But seems to be, if I don't get hit like 3 times in a row right now, I should be at least C3, which is not that bad for a first rush. For an account that's not super hardcore focused on this kind of stuff. Yeah, in a way that I cleared that in 25 seconds. I'm exactly on 0. I'm exactly on 0 wings, so that came out as well. So we should be C3, which for a first time a rush, not that bad. We're definitely aiming for P1 plus next time, but not that bad, not that bad. Also, I definitely, I would really like to see the Amber and the Lamila on Violent. If I can make at least one of the two, I did not even give a relic to you yet. If I really can make this on similar-ish stats on Violent, and you might be a little bit harder. It's okay if you are still swift because of the HP value that I like to give to you. And this thing also, if it is Violent plus Nemesis, would be a lot better, and you're already Despair, so that's kind of fine. So yeah, those are the things that I will try to improve for the next arena rush on this account. Plus, what I will do next time is, I actually never used you. If I use you, I can make the Lamila, like I can good for you and then add in a Lamila in here as well. And where the hell that unit at? You should be all the way here, right? Oh yeah, it's over there. So I could go for a team like this if I know I will outspeed the enemy, because then it's higher value than a Veramos in most cases. Or if the enemy just doesn't have like a proper strip, but most of them have like Tritons and annoying shit. And I probably also will build a Tetra, so I have this variation with a Tetra as well to switch. I actually never use this team, but compared to a Lamilla team, I'm just not a big fan of this team. I would only use this team if I had a... the best thing you can place with this is going for a Jemire plus a Chunk Punk. I think that then this team would be pretty nice. I must say I could have prepared this rush a little bit better, but I was short on time. Also, I started off pretty low. If I started off way higher in rank, I could have maybe gotten to like P1-ish. Daniel AO is free versus those Cammy spam ADs. Not with the Wuchi. With the Wuchi, it's so bad. Plus, you don't have a proper cleanup for the Camilla. Like, Daniel's only good if you can use Daniel's skill twice because of Jemire and Chunk Punk. So if I get a Jemire Chunk Punk, I would absolutely use this. But without Jemire Chunk Punk, this is not that good. Like, Jemire is definitely a must because you kind of want to send that skill twice. You can use Kaki to cleave Camis, not with the rune quality I have. But yeah, there's a lot of net 5s that I still would like on this account.
Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.